Really, babe?
I love to do that. That's your intro.
No, that's not my intro. Jeez, I don't know what's babe over here acting a donkey. Acting a donkey. What's up, Facebook world? I'm gonna give y'all a weekly this week's market outlook. What's going on in the market? I know it's been a while since I've been going live about the markets. Just we've been having something going on, right, babe? Yeah. Practice, work-related stuff, parenting, school, parenting, work, getting certification for work, all kind of stuff going on, y'all. It's just whole new job, job career change. Praising God for my wife, me. It's just been a lot going on, so I might look a little tired, y'all. But I want to give y'all a market update. I'm gonna give some fundamental analysis. What's going on? What I perceive is what the market data is pushing out. Then we're gonna look at the charts. Stock market definitely has been roaring, and I will tell you why. So pretty much this week we got the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. The consensus is showing that he may cut interest rates once again by 25 BPS, between 15 BPS points or 25 BPS points. And the reason for it, because our labor market is taking a hit. What does that mean? Pretty much if you have a weak labor market, meaning less jobs are being available, less people are being employed, you have high interest rates. Interest rates are dealing with loans, right? So if you have high interest on loans with jobs not hiring, people ain't got money, businesses ain't got money to hire more people, they just gonna slip us into a what, babe?
Depression.
A depression, recession. Yeah. For some people, concession on their head. Now, let me stop. I was just trying to rhyme, y'all. But definitely going to slip us into a bad state. So to relieve some of that pressure, the Federal Reserve will start cutting rates, which they did their last meeting, which this week they're going to cut again, which in turn, the interest rates on loans, business loans, home loans in general will go down. So when they go down, that gives banks more money to do what? Loan. They're gonna be more motivated to loan more money to people, right? And more people gonna be willing to what?
Buy.
Get the loan so they can, you just said, buy. So people buying, that's gonna, stimulate growth in our economy. How is that going to look? What that's going to look like? Pretty much, if people, it's like a trickling effect. Banks give people money. People get the money. They go buy cars. Then those companies make the cars. They start making money. More money they have, they start hiring more people. Or let's go even deeper. People got money. They go to Walmart. They spend money. Those companies the retailers that sell their products to Walmart, they start making money. Walmart start making money, then they start hiring more people. Then boom, our economy start boosting again. So that's the strategy of lowering interest rates. And not only that, but also there's been low CPI. I mean, our inflation is falling. I don't believe it because prices they still high. But the data shows that our world's inflation is falling. Last CPI reports recently, it was at 3%. Good inflation numbers between 2 and 3%. Our last data show was at 3%. So now you got low labor market with low inflation, which they call that stagflation. It's kind of like nothing is going up, right? It's like everything's just stagnant, right? So if you have high inflation, low labor market, we in dangerous territory, right? But they both kind of like in the same boat, right? So the Federal Reserve, they got to act quick. They got to act real quick. So what happens is the U.S. dollar starts to weaken once they start cutting rates. Why? Because there's going to be more wood, supply of wood when they giving out these loans. What I taught you, babe. More supply of U.S. dollars mean more wood.
It's like supply demand, like more demand.
So if you have more supply of something, what happens? It starts to lose what? If you got more supply of something, what it starts to do? You go down supply and demand, you start losing value.
Yeah.
So if everybody say, I'm trying to give a good analogy. I mean, you kind of broke it down. You just broke it down. I shouldn't break it down more simple than that. The more supply of something, it makes it lose value. So the U.S. dollar is about to start, which exactly. So so they're gonna start printing out more U.S. dollars because you're gonna have more loans. The loans gonna start looking more attractive because interest rates are being cut. So that's why you got the stock market already. I mean, going up, just rallying. Bitcoin hitting some major lows, shooting out the roof over the weekend. Now you got Donald Trump even further. He talking about he come up with a deal with China. Everybody knows as soon as he say China, the market start crashing. So when he start saying he making a deal with China, market starts shooting back up. I was one of the ones that thought the market's gonna be falling, but when I start thinking, oh man, the DXY, the US dollar is about to start falling because it is interest rate news this week. So we're gonna do technicals on the DXY, the US dollar, so you just further confirm my fundamental analysis of the markets, and also we're gonna look at the index. From my boy Alice, we're gonna look at NASDAQ 100. We're gonna look at NASDAQ 100. You got S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. And the U.S. Dow Jones. For some, what's that other one? It's a weird one. I was looking at recently. Those are major three. We're just gonna deal with those major three. But NASDAQ. Then we'll look at the crypto space too as well, right? So definitely weak U.S. dollar, possibly bullish stock market, which is already doing that, right? Weak dollar stock market goes up. Weak dollar stock market goes up. Also, I believe gold will be doing a correction as well because gold is a safe haven asset, right? So you had all this news going on about, the war in Ukraine, the war in Israel, Trump tariffs, slapping tariffs on this country, that country, Canada, this, and so all over the weekend, all this stuff started to subside. Not the war in Ukraine and Israel, but all these tariff talks are starting to slow down. So definitely I believe gold is about to start doing a strong correction from that strong rally that it's been doing because that's a safe haven asset. And so when the market starts to become green, banks, the institutions starting to put more money to risky assets like cryptos, risky currencies like Aussie, the Canadian dollar, the loonie. I know Swiss franc starts to fall because Swiss is like a safe haven currency. So that's just on the Forex side. So, so I ain't gonna go too deep into that, but we're gonna look at the DXY real quick, y'all. Let me turn this camera. Hold on. There we go. Let's look at this DXY, y'all. This further confirms a weak dollar makes the stock market rally. A weak dollar, stock market rallies. Not all cases, but in this case, it will. Hold on. So yeah, it's hitting this resistance that's been bouncing off of since the 22nd of this month. So this resistance, it holds up. Yeah, definitely. I believe it's still going to keep falling, y'all. It's definitely going to keep falling. So weak dollar, stock market rallies. That's just what it does. Let's look at NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ. Look at the index. Yeah. They already broke that high already. Is it risky trading this right now for buys? I would say yes, because it's already starting to do a pullback right now. So I would wait. it's about a dip on this particular index, but when you see NASDAQ go up, you might as well say crypto market going to go up. Why? Because you have Coinbase as a part of the NASDAQ. There's a secret, y'all. If Bitcoin goes up, NASDAQ 100 goes up. Remember that, y'all. If Bitcoin is buying, NASDAQ 100 is buying. Why? Because Bitcoin has Coinbase is a part of NASDAQ. If you don't believe me, watch this. Coinbase is a part of what stock index, right? What does it say, y'all? It says a part of the S&P 500, but it's also part of NASDAQ 100 too as well. It says S&P 500. I don't know why they say NASDAQ. It's a part of NASDAQ too. I don't know why it says S&P. That's the first time I heard that. It's part of NASDAQ too. Let me see. Which it's. I would say they pretty much. They're not the same, but they pretty much are the same. It's the stock market as a whole, but it's a part of that. It's a part of NASDAQ too. So yeah. When Bitcoin is flying, y'all, you look for NASDAQ going up, y'all. Look at this daily chart, you pretty much see exactly what's happening here. You respected this support right here. I'm gonna delete this. So you buy Bitcoin right now? I wouldn't buy it right now. Let it do a correction, y'all. We got the interest rate news coming up, y'all. Let it do a correction first, y'all. Don't get too happy. Let it correct first, y'all. Definitely, crypto is definitely going up this week. Definitely. I'm 99.9% sure cryptos are buying this week. Interest rates will be cut once again. Ethereum is showing the same signal. Buying. Would I go all in? No, just wait for a correction, y'all. Please. Let the sellers push this market down some, please. I wouldn't buy right now. Let it push it down some, y'all. It's still at a consolidated zone down here, but it's still gonna buy. It's still buying. So let it do a correction first, y'all. Don't get too hasty. Let's say, baby, don't get too hasty. Yeah. Don't get too hasty. We're definitely buying, y'all. What other one I said? So y'all seen DXY, y'all seen NASDAQ 100. What currency pair? Yeah, Forex. This is a currency pair that I'm actually trading right now. I'm actually in profit on this right now. Is Euro odd Australian dollar versus the Euro versus Aussie. Reason why I love this pair, because Australia is going to take a hit as well as DXY because they have high trade. They do high trade with the US dollar. So yeah, so definitely I will be selling this. Definitely will be selling this, y'all. Plus Australia is highly tied to China and Asian countries, and Trump just made some trade agreements with Thailand. So this definitely going to be selling, y'all, long term. Definitely going to see how I did this rally right here. Made a good little mini head and shoulders. Definitely going to be selling this and riding this all the way down here, down to the evil hell. The depths of hell. It's going to the depths of hell. Definitely gonna be selling this, y'all. Definitely. And I'm looking for this bad. This could possibly ride all the way down here, y'all, which I believe it will. It's gonna ride all the way down there, y'all. So definitely gonna be selling Euro. But that's the market outlook for this week. We also have Australia with their interest rate news, and so they're gonna cut rates too. Because there's so much going on in Europe. As y'all know, that war still going on. Putin still ain't letting up. Zelensky still ain't letting up. Their economy, their labor market taking a hit, just like ours is taking a hit. So they're going to start cutting interest rates, which in turn it weakens the euro, right? The European dollar, it weakens it. Just like the US dollar is going to weaken with it too. So buy risky assets. Yes, I would say yes. Should you do it right now as I'm speaking? No, I wouldn't do it. Just wait. Just wait, y'all. But definitely, dollar weakness, interest rate cuts, they're gonna be printing high dollar supply. They're gonna be printing more dollars, which is gonna make a weak US dollar. With that, y'all, God bless y'all, and we out.